and welcome everybody to the show, but now as I'm saying that I realize the music wasn't actually playing, and I somehow screwed that up. Not sure how I did that, but I'm here with Keith as always. Hey Keith. Ooh, why? How come Keith's voice isn't showing up on the thing either, huh? I know why though. Let's do one of these. And you know what? Just for fun, just to prove that we're here and we're all doing it, let's just play that song one more time. How about it? Why is it echoing like that? That's wrong.
I'm playing
you
it too.
Did it. No, turn that off. Welcome everybody to another special edition of Snooze Button, Run Button's weekly morning live show, but this one is not in the morning, it's in the evening. Why is that, Keith J. Carberry, my cousin and co-host that I do the show with?
I think it's because you said that you are a bad sleep schedule person.
Yeah, I fucked up my sleep.
And you were like, can we do this at 4 instead of 11? And I said, okay. And then you were like, okay, how about 5? And I said, that's also
5?
Fine, but I have a hard out at 7. And then you were like, how about 5:30? And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
Yeah, now we're here.
I have a fun joke. Do you want to hear it?
And the compressor wasn't on, but now it is, and I do want to hear it. Tell me about it.
What do people say when we start a snooze button and it starts all wonky?
I don't know what.
And that's how it starts, you know.
Yep, that's the new thing. Anytime a Run Button stream isn't starting on time, don't get frustrated or upset. Just say that's how it starts, and then
That's how it starts.
And
then that's how it starts.
And
it's not on purpose. This is actually all a joke, and actually it's just a funny joke that we do, and it's not even real.
It's not even real.
It's a shtick.
Yeah,
it's called a shtick.
I know. It actually, to be honest, I'm getting pretty frustrated with Keith because he's been really dedicated to it since we started, and I'm always like, "Come on, Keith, let's start on time," and he's like, "No, we do the thing where we always say we're gonna start on time, and then we're like half an hour late."
Yeah, and then I'm as a separate private goof. When I do the stream, it starts normal. And then Kylie goes, "How come you don't have to do the thing where you fuck it up on purpose?"
Oh, hang on. Whoa. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, so starting at the right time isn't part of this.
Oh, it is.
So when you start 17 minutes late, but the music starts at the beginning, that's a perfect launch to you.
Well, it's a combination. First of all, look, I think the evidence speaks for itself. I think we can go back. I think that maybe a dedicated Run Button viewer will go back and go watch all our streams and tally up over the last year. Here's how often Kylie's streams are late and weird at the beginning, and here's how often Keith's streams are late and or weird at the beginning.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Listen, I think we would all have an easier time getting the stream started around here if some of us were as dedicated to getting started at the start time as some of the others of us.
I've been sitting waiting to start since 4:30.
I just mean like every week you create this culture. When we started Snooze Button for the first few weeks, I was like basically like running myself ragged, like we have to start at the time, and you were always like, fuck that, we never start at the time.
This
I wish
is an
that we
alternate
both.
history. This
I
is a
wish
Philip
that we
K. Dick
both
novella. This did not happen.
I wish that we both were as psychotically dedicated to starting on the time, because then that would be then it would be like unspoken. It's like we have to get ready early because we have to start at the time.
I don't want to get into this now, but I will.
Okay.
I don't think that you have a leg to stand on with the starting on time. You're on average later than me. You're later to do streams than me. It's just that I don't freak out about it. That's the only thing. You're just upset, I think. It feels like you're just mad that I'm not freaking out about that we're late when you get stressed about it.
Forget it. God.
It's already forgotten.
No.
That's how it starts, you know.
That one did nothing for me. I'm mad at you.
That's fine.
No,
so
listen.
What's going on?
Listen, I fundamentally lack the ability to be self-motivated. So, so if we could be motivated for each other, that would be helpful for me, but that's not what happens. I need outside pressure to get started on time. I need Keith to be like, no, we have to start at the start time, but Keith doesn't want to say that. So instead, we just start whenever the fuck.
May I remind you at 4:47 today when I texted you, yo.
Oh, when I hadn't given you the Steam code and you wanted my Steam code?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, yo.
Oh. Do we want to, we're reading text now? Is that what we're doing? Hey, everybody, it's time for Keith and Kylie Text Theater.
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go. I brought up today's game we were going to play, Unrailed, and I was like, let me tell you, I don't know if you'll be interested, but let me tell you about it. It's a top-down voxel game where you have a train slowly moving down a track. You have to chop down trees and mine iron to build the tracks in front of it. More fun than it sounds, honestly. And then I sent you a trailer, and that was on Thursday. And then on Friday, I said, oh shit, dude, they release Episode 1 Racer on Switch. That's the snooze. Aloma nu Matafa, send tweet. Then yesterday, I said, hey, the past 2 days, my sleep schedule, blah, blah, blah. Do we want to do snooze a different time? Ba-doo-ba-boo-boo. And then today, technically last night, because it was past midnight, I said, dude. And then you said, oh, sorry, I put my phone and I forgot it.
Well, hold on.
You didn't respond to text for 3 days.
Read what's actually written and don't just go blah, 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 blah. I was on the... Sure, I missed the first text.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Here's the I missed the first text that you sent me, or I didn't respond to it. And then you were like, no, we're going to do Episode 1 Racer. So I was like, got it. No response needed.
No, response is always needed. Let me clarify. Response is always needed.
Episode 1 Racer on Switch. That's the snooze. Not a question. That's
Dude, I was so excited that I said Aloma nu Matafa. You gave me nothing.
I read it and I laughed about it.
How did I know?
You didn't.
Exactly.
Privately.
That's not how jokes are. Jokes aren't private.
I don't know. I didn't know that you wanted me to say that I thought it was funny. To think about Aloma nu Matafa.
I mean, I also wanted to know if you were interested in doing that game as the snooze button. The reason we're not doing that one is because I got no response, so I already emotionally moved on from it and found a different thing. Or wait, no, I guess I asked you and you picked.
You did. I said Unrailed or Racer. I said.
Oh, and then I picked. Okay,
Unrailed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then, and then the other thing was that yesterday you texted me at 8, and I was on the phone, and then I got off the phone at 11. And you texted me at 12:30, and I responded right away after that one. I forgot that to be on the phone, and then I said we can schedule for tomorrow, whenever.
And then it turned out I was up all night. I was up so late that I was up late enough to just do snooze button without going to sleep.
Yeah.
And I texted you about that, but you were asleep. It turned out it was just fine because the moment after I texted you, I was like, oh no, actually now I feel miserable and horrible and I couldn't have done the show. But
Yeah, this is the second time in a row you've tried to stay up all night and then to do a snooze button without having gone to bed. And I think both of those times would have been a bad idea had we followed through.
Well, I'll get back to this in a moment. I did want to say, so I just thought this would have been funny, was that last night I tweeted from the Run Button account. I said, the snooze button's happening late tomorrow. Not going to be at 11 as usual, maybe around 5. And then someone responded, does this mean I can sleep in? Blunt the King responded, does this mean I can sleep in? And I said, yes, it was for you. And then when it came time where I was like, oh, maybe we'll just do snooze button at the regular time, I was like, wow, I really fucked Blunt the King on this one.
Are we on YouTube or just Twitch?
Both.
Both? Okay.
Yeah. But the reason that my sleep schedule is so fucked is that I, true to my word, I finished the weed that I had, and I haven't smoked any weed since last Monday, and I'm miserable. And my body just doesn't sleep anymore. It doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
I'm just awake.
It knows how to sleep without weed eventually.
Eventually, I guess. I mean, honestly, though, it doesn't. I'll tell you that, but yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'm past the worst of it now. Really, the only thing that's going on with me now, like today, is just the sleep thing where, like, my body doesn't even get tired until, like, 8 a.m. And then, of course, then I, like, fell asleep at 8 and then woke up at 4:30 p.m. And then I was completely fucked. And that was Saturday, which was the day that we were going to cook our Thanksgiving dinner at home for me and my roommates. We had a turkey that was going to go bad, but we had to. So we ended up having a Thanksgiving dinner at midnight that night.
So you started cooking a turkey at like 7 o'clock.
I think it went in the oven at like 6:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so like it was going to go bad. It was like, we've got to put this in now or never.
No, but it was like, it was.
No
it
one's
was
gonna
not,
wake up at noon to put this in the oven.
Well, it wasn't. Listen, I've been having problems with meat going bad in this refrigerator because I buy like 5 pounds of pork butt like 5 or 6 pounds of pork butt at the store, and then I put it in the fridge because I'm like, not the freezer, put this in the fridge. I'm going to make this. And then like 2 weeks later, I haven't made it and it's gone bad now. And
yeah,
and so I didn't, I had been.
That's expensive. That's like 20 pounds of meat.
Yeah. Has that happened twice? At least once, maybe twice.
I have never done that with something so crucial as pork butt.
Oh, well, these were pork butts, remember, which might be a totally different cut.
I've done this with like leftover meat, like with like especially ground beef. Like ground beef, I feel like you open it, you use it, and then if you have anything left over, if you don't use it within like 9 minutes.
Oh yeah, I would never consider I don't set aside ground beef. That's the thing that drives me crazy, though, is like anything you make from a box that uses, not even from a box. Most recipes that involve ground beef, they'll go for, a pound of ground beef, normal amount of ground beef of meat to put in a recipe. But like every time I go to the fucking supermarket, everything's like 1.3 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? No. I hate, I know why they do it. At least this is my guess. My guess is that people probably literally refuse to buy like 0.96 pounds of beef. So like everything, they just have to overshoot, or because no one will buy it if it's under or something.
Actually, that in my experience, things are like either 3/4 of a pound or a pound and a quarter. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's,
but I'll say this, put some extra ground beef in there. What are you doing?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm making something, you know, like the way
if something calls for a pound of ground beef, it will always be better with a pound and a quarter.
No, I disagree. I think I think sometimes. I mean, I made a. I mean, it's Hamburger Helper, so it's not going to be incredible anyway. But I made a box of Hamburger Helper, and I think even when it was about a pound, it was still too much beef. So if it was like a pound and a quarter, it just would have been crazy.
Landon says that they do this with produce, which is what I do. And part of the problem is that it lasts longer than meat. So I'll buy carrots or something, and I'll be like, this will go. Carrots is a bad example because it lasts even longer. Let's say celery. I'll buy celery because I'll be like, this will be for a soup, or maybe this will be for two things, and I'll buy it and make one thing, and then I'm like, it's time to make that other soup that I was gonna do with the celery, and then it's like, oh, this celery is now
disgusting
and brown and wiggly.
And I promise I'm not gonna go off on another angry metric system tear. But Lewis in the chat, this is a pet peeve of mine with metric system people. Get on that metric sit. 500/1000 gram boxes. Metric doesn't solve these problems, guys.
Metric does that. Okay.
If we switched to metric and I was just looking for 1,000 grams of meat, they would be selling 1,300 grams of meat. It's not solving the problem.
Well, and then the other thing is that, sorry, what was the 500, half a kilogram and a kilogram? That is too wide of a margin. That's huge. That's more than a pound and then more than 2 pounds. Because 500 grams, that's already more than 1 pound. So that doesn't solve this problem, even if it was exactly 500 grams. And the metric system people, I get it. It is better, but because metric system people don't know and don't understand the imperial system,
I think it sounds so confusing to them. They're just lost, right. But it's not confusing to us. I understand
the metric system, so I feel like metric system people will always be like, well, this is a way where a metric system is superior, and often it's like one of the very few ways where it's not.
Yeah.
I temperature is one. So we talk about this all the time.
I know.
Temperature is worse in Celsius.
No, I refuse to talk about this. We've talked about it so many times, I won't.
We've been doing this for 10 years. We're allowed to talk about Celsius 4 times.
I would... All right.
I mean, I don't have anything else to add to it.
Yeah.
But the increments are too big. It's silly.
Yeah, the increments are too big. Because even, when you're heating your house in Fahrenheit, 1 degree is kind of a lot sometimes. So, yeah.
Maybe they do. Maybe they have halves. I don't know. On a thermostat. I don't know.
Lewis in the chat again saying it's a generational divide over here as we have both. Yeah. I was actually, it's interesting. Yeah, I feel like there are some misconceptions about the imperial system. Not like I'm hanging on to it or anything, but it's not like we haven't heard of metric units. I remember, I think there was a picture of a ruler on Twitter one time, and someone from Europe was like, why is there metric on that ruler if it's an American ruler? And we're just like, well, all our rulers,
we do our science in metric.
Yeah, our rulers have metric on them. You know, they have both. Almost
all of our science and math is done in metric.
Yeah, pretty much all measurement instruments in America have imperial and metric on them.
Yeah.
We just don't use the metric side usually, unless we are doing science, or as Keith really means, in science class in school.
Okay, but actual people, if you had gone on to do more science professionally, you'd still be using the metric stuff.
The T says, I have an analog thermostat and it's so fucked and worthless. Well, the T, I have an analog thermostat and I like it. I prefer analog thermostats.
Why?
Bimetallic coils. They're sick.
The last time that I used an analog thermostat was at the content cabin and it was a nightmare.
Well, that's just because you That's not fair. The furnace was broken. You can't blame that on the thermostat. The furnace was literally broken.
Watch me blaming me.
Watch me do it.
Playing any games?
I have been playing games, but I feel like I had something I wanted to say, but I guess it's gone now. That's fine. Oh, I did want to bring up, I meant to not leave it on the screen this long, but my teeth fundraiser reached its limit after the marathon finished. So thank you so much, everybody. That was really awesome. Colossal help. It's like a totally life-changing amount of money.
Do you have your final bill, or you don't even know yet?
I have estimates, but it hasn't. Most of the work has not been done yet. So, but yeah. But there, I added a little cushion there because there's a chance that the cost might go up. So that I wouldn't get caught like that.
My recommendation is, and I don't think anybody that helped you pay for this would begrudge you this, but I hear all the time of people who and I don't think this works all the time, but you did get the money. So if you go, you can bargain at these places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to be like, I can give you all of the money now for half of what you are quoting me.
Well, here's the thing though. I guess I don't know. I don't know if this is, I can never tell if this is true or if this is just a thing all places say, but it's a money is due at time of service thing. So they don't do work unless I'm handing them the cash, basically.
Really?
Yeah. It's a dental school. So I don't know if that's something. I don't know.
They're going to say, hey, you owe us 20 grand today. That's
No, it's in increments. I'm going for an appointment next week, and so money will be due then for the work I'm getting done that week, and then I'll have to come back.
There's not a billing thing afterwards.
No.
Oh, well.
But what's great though is I came in earlier for some work, and they're like, this is going to cost $1,200. And I'm like, that's really funny. That's about $1,000 more than I thought it was going to cost. Okay, here you go. And then it turned out that my mouth wasn't ready for the work they were going to do that time. And so they did a different thing that was less money. And I was like, so I get the money back, right? And they were like, oh, we don't give refunds when patients have work scheduled ahead. We just keep it for the next work. And I was like, that's $800 and I don't have a job right now. And they're just like, yeah, sorry.
You should double check that they're applying that next time you go back.
Oh, yeah.
You should maybe try bargaining up front. Be like, when they say this one's $1,200, be like, how about 900?
How about you just use the money that's already on my account?
Yeah. I've decided the only place that I'm comfortable bargaining is medical. Ford is you have a $40. This is a $40 checkup.
Might have to do some bargaining at the car dealership. My lease is up in a month. And I'm gonna owe $3,000 or something in mileage overages. But I think typically if you buy the car, they will waive the mileage, or certainly I'm not going to buy the car unless they waive the mileage.
How would they not? They're gonna say we're gonna charge you for the mileage.
Well, of course,
this car that we're not even getting back.
Well, of course, I'm sure what they'll do is they say that they waive it, but it's I think the idea is, other than the fact that they just want all the money that they can get, is the idea is well, we can't sell a car with higher mileage for as much as a car with lower mileage, so you have to pay the difference that offsets that. But then if they're going to sell it to me, I'm sure they'll just sell it at the price. They'll just pretend that it's at the right mileage, and then I'll just be paying extra, so it's the same thing.
Let's say let's pretend that you.
Oh, it's the worst. I will never buy a car at a car dealership ever again. Terrible. Awful.
The only dealership I've ever bought a car at was CarMax.
Yeah.
And so the con is that they sell the cars for slightly too expensive, but the pro is that the rules say that they will not allow you to bargain with them. That's
okay, yeah.
That's like the shtick. Their
Right.
like gimmick is we don't do bargain.
Yeah,
things.
they're like we're just a store for cars. You just pay the
Right.
price, and here it is.
So it's kind of like they're not doing any weird markups to try to get you, like, knowing that someone is either going to be a sucker or going to try to bargain them. And if they're a sucker, then they pay too much. And if they try to bargain, then you've got wiggle room. So, like, instead of maybe you end up overpaying because you didn't do a good job bargaining, you just end up overpaying a little bit
anyway.
because there's no bargaining allowed. I don't know how. I genuinely don't know how the math works out, but I don't know. My car was not too expensive.
Yeah, I get it. Here's how the math works out. You're paying a premium for not being
Charged a
coerced.
premium.
Yeah. Like, well, no, that's not even. It's like it's not even. On a certain level, it's not even about what you're paying as much as it's just about the whole like uncomfortable, like confrontational nature of the whole business. It's literally a racket. It's awful.
Yeah. We should get rid of cars. There should
you-
be cars.
Oh, I guess I was gonna say, did you see that episode of Adam Ruins Everything about car dealerships? But I guess
No,
the answer
I've
is
never
no.
seen an episode of Adam Ruins Everything.
Yeah, well, I think like the second or third episode is about car dealerships and they're bad.
You know how he does that, like sort of like high energy, annoying guy character?
Yeah.
I find that character to be too high energy and annoying, so I don't watch.
Okay.
I haven't seen.
It
Like, I
is.
get that
It
it's
is.
not
Yeah, it is
real.
kind of. Yeah, it's not real. It is the thrust of the character interactions on the show. Like everyone on the show finds him annoying and overbearing. It's the point of the character.
But like Jar Jar Binks was supposed to be annoying too, and it didn't
And
stop
we
people
loved-
from
and we
hating
loved
Jar
him.
Jar Binks for being too annoying.
And we loved Jar Jar Binks, and he was a timeless character that
Timeless character.
exists in all our hearts. He shows up sometimes in Watto's shop in episode 1 Racer, and I'm like, hell yeah. Hey guy. Hey Jar Jar.
Time
Dude,
has
Jar
Jar Jar has always been one of those things where that was like always one of the things where I was like, yeah, Jar Jar is annoying. I get why people hate Jar Jar Binks. And now I'm just like, I don't know. What are we talking about? 7 minutes of screen time in Phantom Menace?
No, yeah, it's not that much. I mean, I was gonna say now I think as a kid my perspective was like, this is 8-year-old. This is Kylie Theodora, 8-year-old media critic. Like, Jar Jar is hilarious, but it's too silly for Star Wars. Which is, I think, pretty accurate.
Half right. Yeah. Like 80% right.
And then later I was like, oh, it's not funny and it sucks. And I think now I'm like, I'm not mad about Jar Jar anymore, except for the fact that it's kind of fucking racist, right? Like,
yeah, it's kind of racist, but okay,
it's actually totally racist. Sorry, I shouldn't say
Star
kinda.
Wars is totally racist.
Yeah.
And so if you're a Star Wars fan who's mad at Jar Jar Binks and the thing that you reach for is like and it's racist, it's like, okay, well, you got to take a wider lens view of Star Wars, because Star Wars is racist.
Hey,
on the bright side though, it might be racist, but at least they lead a fucking revolutionary war against the occupying force on the planet.
True.
I mean, they do it by allying with the
they do
the service level Nabooians.
They do sort of like I guess Naboo didn't the surface Naboo didn't have an army. That was the thing. I was like, they kind of fucking sent those Gungans out to die against those droids, though, right? But I guess the idea is like, humans could have showed up too. They did have people. That's how historically
they did the storming the Capitol thing. That's
I
what
guess
they did.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's not. I am not here to say that what Phantom Menace does is perfect.
Phantom
but
Menace is a perfect film.
I am here to say that my long-term political project of getting the Phantom Menace reassessed is underway.
Yeah.
I think people are waking up.
Massively underway. Yeah. I know it's stupid to just like regurgitate someone else's tweet, but it's been bouncing around in my head the past couple days anyways. It was from Jackson of Abnormal Mapping. Just started watching like Star Wars The Clone Wars, and
people like that.
Their
People
tweet
really
was like here's like the first plan meeting for this show, the two creators, like, okay, we're gonna take out everything that was lame about the prequels and keep only the good stuff. But we are going to keep the racism, right? We are definitely keeping the racism.
God, it's yeah, Star Wars is bad, but also isn't Star Wars good?
Increasingly, my answer to that question is no. But I have been playing a Star Wars game this week anyways. That's great. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Great game.
It still slaps. It's as good as the day it came out, and I'm co-signing that. And now it's in widescreen, and it's 60 frames per second, and it's just good. It's
How
just
much
good.
is that?
It's $20, but it might be over now, but it was on sale for 10. I grabbed it for 10.
I might grab that for 10.
Grab it for 10. I heard, actually, I thought it had just come out, but someone responded to one of my tweets that was like, oh, smart of you to wait, because that port was really buggy when it came out. And I was like, oh, I thought it did just come out, but okay. It's been rock solid for me, so.
That's good.
Yeah, and you know, it's got Greg Proops as the announcer, I assume. I didn't check the credits. Great. I didn't check the credits, but I assume they had Proops money for this production. I don't think...
I
don't think Greg Proops was out of there.
Check if Proops is available.
Oh, you know they didn't have Proops money for this game. They couldn't get Proops in there for 30 minutes. It is funny to imagine.
Proops is great as the announcer.
Oh yeah, he totally is.
The original too.
It was funny that I was thinking about. You mean the movie?
The movie, yes.
Yeah. And that's why I say I assume it's him in the game, because it sounds like him, and why would it not be him? Like, why would you don't need a Greg Proops sound-alike?
He has such a specific sounding voice.
Yeah. And I was just imagining this though. Like, imagine I bet like being Greg Proops on that day felt very funny, because it was, you know, he probably like, how long could it have taken to record the dialogue for that game? It's like there's like an intro. There's like a paragraph of text for each track, and then you have to like say the names of 25 racers, and then you're done. Like, it must have been like 30 minutes, and they paid him like $150 or something, right? Like,
well, let's hope he got paid to scale.
Sure, but what?
I don't know
what even is scale. Yeah, I don't
actors.
I think.
I think they're having problems with that actually.
Here, oh yeah. Well, aren't. Yeah.
It's Disney.
Oh,
they have Disney. I mean,
it wasn't at the time.
But this remake was done under Disney.
Oh, it's not a remake.
Not remake, but the port.
Yeah.
Like, this port doesn't happen without Disney being at the on the check.
Oh, right. But the way I mean, I'm not sure if they finally changed this or not. With the strikes and everything, but at the time, back in the 90s when this game would have been made, there were no, like, Greg Proops doesn't get royalties or any ongoing negotiations for his appearance in this game. It was just like here's your flat fee, we own this audio now. But it's not a port of the N64 version. It must either be the Dreamcast or the PC version, because it has each racetrack has a little FMV intro sequence now, and the Greg Proops announcer gives like a description of what the planet is, and tells you, like, you know how like Jabba is like the race officiator on Tatooine. It's like each track has its own like weird crime boss officiator. Or, I mean, I guess they're not all crime bosses, but there is... I found out one that... You know that one that takes place, like, in space, that's, like, on an asteroid or something?
Yes.
You'd probably know it if you saw it. I just always knew it as like a very sinister looking track, but that was about it. But now I know from the intro that it's like a prison planet, and the race officiator is, I think, described as what it was like the knower of knowers and the keeper of the master key, the great warden such and such, and then there's just a big boo from the crowd. There's like the warden's like waving, like the warden's doing a big double wave, and everyone's just like boo.
That rules.
Yeah, it's very good.
Let the police cut off my balls. I don't mind because it's the cops and they're always right.
Good. Yeah. But the thing that always happens to me in episode 1 Racer Keith is that I always hit a wall in difficulty wise.
Oh, not like you turn and smash into a wall.
Yeah, see, I was just repeating for you the experience I had when someone said that to me. I think it was Grant said that in a tweet, like, oh, I just hit a wall in this game. I don't know if it's just me. And then someone else was like, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. And I was like, yeah, me too. I guess this game gets really hard at a certain point. But I did at first think that he meant just hitting a wall. I'm like, yeah, it's pod racing. You hit lots of walls.
Yeah. I mean, Anakin's the only human who's ever been able to complete a race.
Incredible.
The rest of them hit walls.
What the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. So it remains to be seen if I'll hit a wall this time. You know, it's only been a few years since last time I played it, but I'm probably a little better now. And also, this version is at 60 frames, which is going to increase the responsiveness of the controls. So maybe that's enough to help. You know, high frame rate is going to be... In a pod race, Keith? In a pod race, every fraction of a second counts.
Oh, yeah. You have to... Some would say you have to be able to react before you even know it's coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to be a wizard or just any non-human race.
You'd have to be a wizard or have 6 arms is really the thing. Speaking of improving the graphical quality of things.
Yeah.
I'm getting my first 4K TV.
Oh my goodness.
I'm benefiting indirectly from Black Friday. My cousin Ted bought himself a new TV and was like,
of course
"Do you want
he
my
did.
old TV?"
Of course he did.
Well, he moved into it. He bought a house because he has a real job.
Congratulations.
And real money. And so was like,
we're all very happy.
My living room is too big for my old 55-inch TV. And so he bought an 85-inch 4K TV.
Wait. Oh, it's too big. It's too big.
The living room is too big.
Sorry,
so my couch is too far away.
Gotcha. I just naturally heard too small. It just
yeah,
never would occur to me.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So he was like, the size TV that will fit here is 85 inches. So let me get rid of this tiny 55-inch 4K TV that I got.
Right. This infinitesimal television.
Yeah, so I bought it off him for honestly a steal. I don't have it. I got it for a $250.
Ooh, that's a steal, baby.
It was a steal. Yeah, it's like a 2016 55-inch 4K Sony TV.
Well,
I haven't got it yet. I'm gonna pick it up this week. But I'm excited because I got an Xbox.
Oh, an Xbox
Series
of what series? Ooh, I've heard of those.
Yeah, I don't have it yet.
Oh,
It's gonna come this week. They were like literally it's been over a week. It was like 9 days ago. They were like, "Hey, do you remember when the Xbox Series X came out and you tried to buy one and you got to your cart and you went to check out and we were like, ooh, sorry. Well, we've got a few now. Do you want it?" And I said, yes. And they were like, okay, well, we're going to charge you for the money for it. And then we're going to send it. And so they charge you for the money for it. And then they sent it. And in between those two times was a full week of time. And so I've been waiting. We talked on the phone, and I was last week, and I was expecting it to come last Wednesday,
Ugh.
and it's gonna come on this coming Thursday.
Okay, so here's my I have a similar kind of situation going on, which is that, and I know this is I know this sounds weird because I was just asking for money, but I'm upgrading the computer that I use for streaming for Run Button so that we can stop, so that I can actually stream. What am I saying? Streaming, so we can
without it breaking.
So we can stream without it breaking. My CPU is 8 years old.
That's old.
So it was the time for an upgrade. I mean, honestly, get out of here. There's a fly in my face. I never go for the high end stuff. I always try to get that
Last gen.
No, not necessarily last gen, but the sort of but the
graphics card gens are like 2 a year.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I didn't even buy a graphics card because I just don't have any PC gaming needs or interests, and also it's too much money. I don't have that much money.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. Like I had been needing to upgrade my PC for an entire year, and I had been holding off because I was maybe about to go completely broke fixing my teeth. But since that's not happening, I can now afford to buy a few parts.
You don't have to justify this. It's literally for work.
It's literally for work. And it's, yeah. What I was trying to say is when I go for PC hardware, there's usually there's always like a current sweet spot for like bang for your buck kind of thing. You want to find that good middle ground. I think that middle ground for me was going to be, so I got an AMD Ryzen, my first AMD.
Yeah, it's great. I fucking love my Ryzen. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. It was going to be, I was going to get a Ryzen 5 because that's what PC part picker recommended or something like that.
Yeah.
But
did you go a little above that?
It ended up being sold out. Yeah, so I had to choose between going a little below or a little above, and I figured I don't want to go.
Guess?
What's up?
Did you get the Ryzen 7 3700X?
That is exactly what I got.
That's what I got too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And you're right. It is the sweet spot of bang for your buck, I think.
Nice.
It was at the time, I don't know about for you, but at the time it was only like $60 more than less than the like top Ryzen 5 thing, and it was like significantly faster.
Nice.
I went from, for anybody who's like, I understand that you play video games for work and so you need a CPU, but the real thing is the CPU also renders the videos and we edit them. My computer would take an hour-long video and it would take it about 2.5 hours to render.
That's so fucked.
And now with the Ryzen, it takes half an hour.
That's great. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the reason I'm getting the CPU upgrade is for not for encoding videos afterwards because I do that on my Mac, but for encoding on the fly when streaming, as we're doing right now. So, for example, when we were doing the Sonic Adventure Marathon on Saturday, by the way, if anyone missed that, we just did a marathon where we played all the way through Sonic Adventure start to finish, and we had a great time. And I actually watched a bunch of the archive, and I even enjoyed watching it. So
if you like Courtney stuff,
holy shit. I have to say, so I basically listened to almost all of the stuff that had Courtney on it, and it was a lot of fun, and thank you so much, Courtney, for coming. I will say, that might be the last time on a marathon we do a Courtney segment that long. Courtney it tends to be on our marathons for like 8 hours or something, and I think it's maybe a bit much for the flow of the show, but I totally appreciate that she's always that game, because I also don't plan this ahead of time either, by the way. It's always like the day of the marathon or the night before, I'm like, oh, Courtney, I forgot to tell you we're doing a marathon, are you available? And she's like, yes, I'll be there all night or something.
You can no longer donate to the tooth fundraiser because it's over and also was successful, as we talked about earlier. But you can still go to contentburger.biz and sign up for the Patreon and support both of us that way. We are both extremely broke.
Yep.
Kylie's broke and just got $20,000.
Yeah, for the amount, I'm certainly broke after buying this computer and then buying my daughter and her brother Christmas gifts. I want to talk more about my PC hardware, though, honestly.
Yeah, sure. Let's hear it.
Oh, sorry. I believe you were about to say go to contentburger.biz, or did you just say it?
I think I said it, but yes, you can go to contentburger.biz to sign up for the Patreon. You can and should do that.
And so the situation that I'm in right here, I have, by the way, I guess I didn't say, I have the Ryzen in my hand. It's right here.
Oh, that doesn't help.
Exactly. So that's the thing is I bought RAM. You know what goes in a computer. Bought a motherboard. Bought
DDR4. You got a RAM.
CPU,
you need the new socket for the
got
motherboard.
RAM. Yeah. I'm proud of myself. I controlled
AM4. Are we on AM4?
We're on AM4. I am proud of myself because I got a smaller, less featured motherboard. I didn't get. What
do you need these features for, really?
So if anyone who doesn't like build their own PCs doesn't know, like, PC hardware gets wild out there. It's a big enthusiast market, so they're always trying to like upsell you with more ports, more features, more colored lights. This thing. Here's two devices. They're 80% functionally the same, but this one just looks like a motherboard and this one looks like it fell out of an alien spaceship. And
it'll be inside the computer, so you won't really be able to see it unless you spend a lot of time looking inside the computer.
You won't be able to see it, except that all of the computer cases we sell now all have glass windows on them, so you will be seeing it.
Yeah, but mine faces the wall.
Well, here's the interesting part. This is the first time, I believe the case I have has the window on the opposite side this time.
Wow.
So
that's useful because it's all every orientation that I've ever had for an office has necessitated having my computer on the left side.
Exactly. I think this is
never see the inside.
Yeah, this is I think this is universal, and I think it's why. Because I think what happened was, back when people weren't crazy and all of the computer stuff was in the computer and you didn't look at it, they just decided that the motherboard goes on the right side of the computer. So when they started adding windows, they had to go on the left side, and maybe I'll have to double check. I mean, maybe the image was mirrored or something, but I guess maybe this case finally has the motherboard anchored to the opposite side of the case. I don't know. But it's like what would that color you call it? With cyan? Is that like a teal?
It's like a mint.
A mint, yes. It's a mint PC tower, so it looks
great color. Love that color.
It looks nice. I'm hoping it doesn't.
That's a color that has is constantly rapidly becoming extremely all over the place and then disappearing because it's oversaturated. And
I think it's everywhere.
I've learned that I love this color, and I've just got to see it through. It's going to come in and out of style, but as soon as it's coming back, as soon as it leaves.
Yeah, I think. Honestly, I said this, and this is, you understand, very hard for me to admit, but you actually turned me on to this color because I think I saw first you got that you got that vaporizer that was that color.
Yeah,
and I was
I did.
And I had the same one, but it was black. And I was like, ugh, why would you get that one? That's a stupid color.
Yeah.
But then the more I looked at it,
you were very angry about that.
The more I looked at it, I was like, dang, it does look pretty good though. And since then, you've gotten 2 or 3 more things in your house that also are that color, and they all look great. So yeah, I guess I've been converted to the mint.
Yeah. It's been a long time. I got hooked on the mint thing.
Oh, we have to start playing the game because you got to go.
Yeah, I have half an hour, 40 minutes. I don't remember if this was the first thing or the second thing. But do you remember my next bit Robin?
Your next bit, Robin.
Yeah, my phone. This was a phone that I had.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll put a picture there.
I do
I
now
have the one on the
remember
left,
that you
on the
had a
left.
phone that color. Yeah, that was a good phone.
That was a fucking good phone. Why do phones look like garbage?
Let me
now?
put this on the screen real quick. It's a good phone.
It's a really good looking phone, and it had great dual front screen
Right here.
stereo speakers.
Oh yeah.
And like a clean looking, pretty minimal UI, like overlay on Android, and it just was never successful. It just was not a successful phone. Really sad. It got bought by Razer, and now Razer is making phones in the same shape, but they're like black and red or whatever.
Razer. Yeah. So I'm like, so the thing I was talking about, like needing to upgrade PC hardware during the marathon. The reason I brought up the marathon, I didn't mention it because there was no point. But even though the only thing I was doing on my computer was running a Dreamcast emulator, running XSplit VCam, and streaming to YouTube, and
screen sharing.
And screen sharing. Okay, that's fair. And I wasn't streaming to Twitch, but from those things, I was getting high CPU usage warnings, like every 5 minutes for the whole thing.
Yeah, to the point where we had to stop streaming to Twitch.
Did we have to stop streaming to Twitch? We didn't even start. I was just like, this won't
really?
work. Yeah.
I think we did it for like an hour. That was my memory anyway. Okay. So I have finally changed my default my primary monitor to my actually secondary monitor, so that my horrible activate Windows watermark will be on the monitor that I care less about and not on the one that I stream games on. But now I always have to, like, some games just give you an option to just like put the game on the other monitor, or you can Windows mode it and then manually put it over to the other monitor. But this game is annoying because you have to put it in Windows mode and then make it smaller, and then drag it over, and then make it bigger, and then put it on full screen again.
What?
I don't know why.
All right.
I don't know why
First of all, I'm having a problem right now where the fucking my capture device is not outputting my Switch's video signal.
I can see it. I can see it on.
No, I know. It's being captured. It's just not being put out on the out port.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck?
That's really weird.
I think this is my TV being terrible. God, what a piece of crap. I hate this thing. This is why, and what I tried to, when I ordered all my PC components, I didn't order a monitor, even though I needed one, because I was just like, it's just too much. But I just need one.
Yeah.
I will describe this TV once we're in the game, but it's awful.
I was lucky. I was able to get a monitor when I built my computer back in the spring. I needed a monitor so bad. And it has been really good to have a monitor that is not like 2010's idea of a good monitor.
Do you here's the thing, the feature I really wanted that I ended up like not being able to afford because all the monitors were too expensive was the USB 3 on the monitor, so I don't have to run USB cables to my PC, but too expensive, so I just bought a USB 3 hub instead.
Damn, that sucks. Oh, you did get a monitor?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were like, I've got to go get one still.
No, well, because I realized, like,
what did you get?
Oh, it's Cyber Mondays. weekend thing, so I should just get it. What did I get?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. It's just something.
I had to go refurbished because the thing that I decided that I needed was high refresh rate.
I have a session ID for you to join.
Okay, so join private lobby.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can G or H.
And
to
I mean, if
change my
anyone else
appearance.
has this game and would like to play with us, go ahead. We have 2 open slots.
Session ID. Okay.
2F7. And then a U and a
Oh.
B.
No. I don't know how this. Okay, 2F7 UB.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I think I am. Hey, is that you? Hey, it's Keith.
Yep.
That was so easy. I prefer to play as the dinosaur. Rah! Rah! And then I'll start here. Stand here when you're ready to start.
I am ready to start.
All right, let's do it.
You didn't tell me what your motherboard was. What motherboard you get?
Oh, I got an AS Rock.
Yep.
Because that's actually
Did you get a B450M Pro 4?
No, I got a B550M, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm on the next chipset. I'm on the next chipset, you stupid idiot.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm more future-proof than you. What do you think about that?
That didn't even exist when I built this
It
computer.
didn't, no. Okay, so what's going on in this game? We have this train moving down the tracks. We can chop down trees for wood. We can mine rocks for iron. We have to mine... We cannot mine the dark rocks. So we have to clear a path for the train through these rocks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, and we even have to do it to get to the...
I don't even have... Oh, my God. No, this sucks.
No, okay. What? It's
Sorry, it was tutorializing me, but it kept like fading the screen dark to put tutorial text up. Yeah, it was very annoying, and I didn't like it. And I just played the tutorial, so I
you did the tutorial. Why would it do that?
I don't know.
So we put wood and iron in this cart here, and then tracks will automatically be created on the back here, crafted. And we have to put down tracks so it doesn't derail. Also, there's a water bucket because the train will catch on fire. Oh my God, we don't have any. So here's the thing about this game. Here's the thing about this game.
I'll go try and get the water. Oh, is that the bucket down in the bottom right?
I'm trying to chop. I'm chopping through to this water here. I guess whichever of us gets there first.
No, there's no bucket where I was going.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that the bucket?
Yes. Well, I got it now.
Okay.
Sucker.
Sorry.
I filled up the bucket with water. Oh, but now it's raining, so we're fine, I guess.
Great.
False
alarm.
So what happened here is that I think on easy, the game starts pretty slow and easy. And so since we have a limited amount of time, I started us on medium. And medium gets started straight away because on medium, you tend to we didn't even start with immediate access to trees until we chopped these or mined through this stone. And it goes like this when we up in the
nice.
top,
I made my first track.
I fucked up and put this track in the wrong place. Okay. There we go. That's good. Up in the top right corner of the screen is a station. That's our next checkpoint. And when we get there, we'll get to pick, we will get to spend bolts to upgrade parts of our train, and we can upgrade different cars and stuff. And we only have one axe and one pickaxe and one bucket, and we can't leave them behind or we lose.
Wow.
And that's actually how they build real railways in real life, and that's true.
And trains to this day catch on fire.
Yep. Just today I was driving into Boston. I saw the red line just blazing.
Of course, it was the red line.
Mm-hmm.
Red line gets a lot of shit. I like the red line.
Yeah, all I know about the red line is it gets a lot of shit. That's all I know about it.
I think it's actually one of the better Boston lines.
So the red line, that's the commuter line for people coming in and out of Boston, right? That's the deal with that, right?
Well, there's the commuter rail. Yeah, it goes the furthest out. Yeah, it does. Maybe the orange line goes kind of far out too, but
yeah, I'm like a 3-minute walk from the red line.
But yeah, I used to back in the old days of Run Button, I used to ride the entire length of the red line to get to Kylie's house.
Woo. That's a long way.
Yeah, it was a 10-minute. It was actually because I also took the trolley that takes you from a further away spot to where the end of the red line is. So it was a 10-minute ride to the trolley, and then another 10-minute ride to the end of the red line, and then it was about 50 minutes to the other end of the red line, and then it was you picked me up at
I don't know what
Alewife.
this duck is. Is this something? What is this duck?
That's a duck. It's just a duck.
It's got to be something.
Yeah, it's a duck.
But what's the difference between it?
Fuck you.
Okay, so I put a bridge down and the duck disappeared or maybe teleported to the top of the screen. I don't know.
So I feel like we're totally killing it.
Yeah, we're totally killing it. We know how to play video games. I don't know. I think I was just looking on the Nintendo eShop and I saw this, and I'm kind of into games about trains these days for whatever reason, and so I was like, hey, give it a shot.
That is very much a thing you would say.
Yeah, I know.
Games about trains.
Yeah, they go on the tracks. Have you heard about these things? You heard about these?
Yeah,
these track
I've heard
runners.
about them.
Yeah. Because the other game
what
I have.
other train games are you playing?
Well, that's the thing. I was about to say the game I would have preferred to play with you is another Switch game I have called Conduct Together, but unfortunately that is a local co-op only game. So we'll have to wait until some future date that we're recording together, and I can, I would say, trap you into playing it with me. And Conduct Together, Conduct Together is a much more like manic game where you essentially have what is like, essentially it looks like a little model railway with trains running along it, and there's, so it'll be like a circular track. And why is it? Oh, it's getting dark. It's a nighttime now.
Moving our bucket to further up.
That's a good idea. I'm
we
gonna
don't
chop down
lose.
trees. The chopping is automatic. You just have to pick up the axe.
Yeah, I
and
actually
then
don't like that.
the dinosaur just gets to it. I love it. I don't want to push any buttons to chop. The game knows that I want to chop. Why would I want to not chop? Of course I want to chop.
I
love to chop. Born to chop.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Born
I don't
to
like
chop.
that
World is a
chopping
fuck.
Automatic, and picking up your second or third, like
45,378,256,000 chopped cops. Do you not remember what that is?
I do. That was someone's
Okay.
That was like a username of some like weird Twitter account. Right?
No, it's like a meme. It was like a T-shirt or something. I think it's one of those things like it's a meme, but nobody knows exactly where it came from. We just know about it. World is a fuck.
Oh, I remember World is a fuck. Yeah.
World is a fuck. Anyways, Conduct Together. It's like you have a little model railway. There's stations around, and the stations will spawn. Like each station has a different color.
We gotta get these trees before they disappear. I think we're fine.
We're fine. We have more trees up here. You got the axe. Where that pickaxe?
It's on the screen.
Oh, and I was just about to explain. You will also automatically pick up more stuff when you walk over it.
Yeah,
like if you're
that
holding
I also
wood.
find
Yeah.
is very annoying.
Oh, I love it. See, I think it's so clever. Like,
No, because I keep.
But that's just because you.
Pressing spacebar to pick something up, and then pressing it again to pick up the next thing, and
Well,
it drops the stack of 2.
But that's just because you didn't know. But now you know.
No, I've been doing it the whole game. I've known the whole time.
Oh, that's unfortunate for you. Anyway, the basic gist of Conduct Together is that you'll have 1 to 4 trains that all have a face button hovering above them, and pushing the face button stops the train or starts it again. And then you'll have switches on the track that are assigned to D-pad buttons, and everybody can control all of the trains and all of the switch tracks. So you have to like keep the trains from colliding, but also
Wagons
not
or an engine.
screw yourself. So we only have 1 bolt, so we can get Lights Up the Darkest of Nights. We can get Crafting Speed Plus or Stack Size Plus. I don't know if the stack size is only the stack in the cart or if it's also the stack that we can hold.
I think it's just in the cart.
Probably just
But I
the
like
cart.
that.
Okay.
I like
Crafting,
either
either one is
stack
good.
size or light.
All right, let's go stack size then. Oh, I guess I get to carry it over there. Ta-da!
3 out of 5 wagons.
I should probably Okay. I should check to see if there's game sound happening. I guess I didn't actually stop to confirm that. I don't see why there wouldn't be, but
Increases your strength for every animal you bring by. I guess that's what the duck is for. You asked what the duck is for? That's what it's for.
What did you say?
Increases your strength for every animal you bring by.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I tried to pick up the duck. I don't think I could, but you can definitely pick up cows. So, oh, and it looks like the cart looks like a milk carton. So it must, maybe they mean cows mostly. Laying down the tracks. Yeah, so Conduct Together is a great game because it is a game in which it helps to have many hands, but also that it increases the amount that you can conduct, but it also increases the likelihood that you will mess up, and so it gets pretty tricky. Which is why I love it, and I think Keith probably wouldn't love it, but I still want to see if he would like it anyway.
What part of it do you think I will not love?
I think it's the part where the thing about it is that like it is a game where you're working together, but having multiple people doesn't necessarily help you do better. Or at least that's what like when I was playing 2-player, I was like, oh god, this feels like it would be really easy as a single player game, but as a co-op game, it's kind of nuts. Which is what I thought was funny about it. I know some people really hate that. Like, some people, it's like their brain hates the idea of working together, but working together is harder than working alone, and you seem like exactly that type of person.
I like New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
I thought you hated New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Well, I hate the game, but I like the hectic co-op.
Okay. Yeah. And actually, what it turned out was when I did finally play Conduct Together alone, it was not easier, and it was actually kind of harder. Or it was easier on easier levels, but once the tracks got really complex, it became too much to try to manage all on my own. So I've only played this game a couple times. This is definitely the easiest time I've ever had playing this game. Go figure, Keith is better at video games than my roommates and randos on the internet.
I appreciate the compliment.
I do a chop.
Do we want to go down or up? It looks like we have to go down, actually.
Yeah, I think we have to go down. Hey, chat, can you let me know if you are actually fucking seeing the... Can you let me know if you're actually hearing the game? Because I don't see any waveform in XSplit, and it makes me sad. And our game audio is always too quiet on these streams. I always fuck it up. Wait, why can't I hear it? No game audio. Yeah, I didn't think so. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the fucking fuck?
What? Come on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Courtney. But it's okay. Thanks, Courtney. Glad to know it's okay. Don't worry, everybody. Courtney says it's okay.
Uh-oh.
The train getting faster?
No, I think it's just going around these corners and it looks faster.
Hmm.
Hey, but it caught on fire and it started raining. That's convenient, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And
I feel like we're losing access to our
Oh, I see that. Yeah. So we better do some chops. Oh, and look, there's near that waterfall at the bottom of the screen, there's a bolt that we can pick up.
Okay. This is a long one.
Come grab this iron.
Okay. Oh, I've been not running.
It's like a little dash, like a
Yeah.
momentary dash, and then you get the little dots. That's your it's like your reload meter on your dash. Ah! You get a little buzz on your controller when you bump into each other.
Oh. What are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I can see. Oh no! Oh no, where's the axe?
Oh no! We lost.
We died. We
Oh
lost.
wow. Okay. Well, now it gives me time to figure out what's up with the audio.
I was just about to go in there and fucking. Well, and actually, you might as well not bother because it's 6:45.
Why?
Well, I mean, I guess you can figure it out. I really only have like 12 minutes left.
Yeah, it only took us 12 minutes to do this round, so we do another round.
Okay.
I could play a little Star Wars Racer. Could do a race.
Bye, train. Let's watch the train die.
Huh.
It's saying no. Please keep doing tracks.
Goodbye, train.
Goodbye. So sad. I was like so close to being able to squeeze through to get in front of the train.
I have at least gotten one like seed where the station we needed to get to was actually blocked off by an unminable rock on the left side, and so we just couldn't get it, and then had to not. Oh, here's a quick fix. Quick fix for this. You're gonna hear the game audio in your thing, Keith, but that's fine because we don't care about Keith.
Does strength increasing potentially mean that you can mine the unmineable things? Or does that maybe mean that you can just carry more stuff?
I don't know. I guess it doesn't. I can't easily figure out the thing, so it's fine. Or actually, I sort of can. I'll just flip this thing on, I think. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, test. You might be getting a little bit of game audio.
I don't know. Can't tell.
Not you. I mean the people of the thing.
The music is pretty
not
good.
really.
It's a shame that they can't hear it.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, some nice little sound in this game. Oh, they got it.
We're gonna go down? Yeah.
Juliet Lewis assumed that it would sound more bleepy bloopy, but I guess they don't think it is. That's a little bleepy bloopy.
No, I don't think it's bleepy bloopy.
Ooh, but do we have to... What if we go up here to get that bolt, though? We do that?
No.
No? Okay. Jeez.
It's too late. Here, I will focus on mining a path through here so that we can...
Important to know, you can pick up tracks that the train has not traveled over yet.
Okay.
So we could have rearranged them, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Where'd the axe go?
I never touched it.
Oh, it's right here. It's like literally has an icon above it. Oh, shit. Well, hopefully it starts raining. Kylie sounds kind of muffled, you know, that'll happen. What are you gonna do?
Oh no, I can't, it won't let me put something in the thing that's on fire. Oh,
Yep.
it's because there's tracks here.
Well, no, it's also because train cars that are on fire do not function.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So we have no water, we can't get through.
No, I have water. I just
Oh, you
put it
do?
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you had made it through there.
Jeez. Only one cart at a time. Yeah, it seems like the blue water tank thingy behind the engine is like the main one that you have to keep cool with the water, but once the fire starts spreading to other cars, then you have to put them out individually. It's pretty rough.
Hey, get this one right here. Yeah, thank you.
Can you start chopping a path through these woods up here?
Yep.
Or no, that doesn't make sense. I'll just go this way, I guess. Because we'll still get plenty of iron out of it. So I actually played this with Amelia Rose and Lucas, and we had a great time, and they got into it. You know, it's all stuff that is immediately understandable for their video game vocabulary. You know, cutting down trees, mining iron. This is all stuff they're intimately familiar with.
Yeah.
It was funny though with my daughter.
But in a
like,
whole new context.
a whole new context. So they got how the game worked pretty quickly, but my daughter is still just not good at like really understanding, like, I would call it like dynamic division of labor, like how there's more jobs than there are people, so you just have to keep switching between jobs so that everything gets done. So instead she'll be like, Lucas, I was the pickaxe person, give me back my pickaxe. And I'm like, honey, you can't be we need water, get the water bucket.
Yeah, you just need to do the job that you're closest to.
Yeah.
And I'm not killing the duck this time.
I didn't kill the duck.
We are pretty sure you killed the duck.
I didn't. Look, I'm pushing A to pick it up and it's not working. Oh, but you're just saying because the train is going to pass by the...
Right, and so we're not going to put the bridge there.
Yeah, but we don't have that train anyways, right? So... We have to put a bridge somewhere or else we can't get
I already put a bridge there.
But how will we get across when the train is crossing the bridge?
We will just be ahead of it.
I have to put a different bridge up here. Put that.
See, look at that. Boom. Get all our stuff out ahead.
Only one player is allowed to pick up the bucket.
Why does it keep saying that?
Why it is saying that, but...
Were you trying to pick up the bucket?
No. No.
I think one of the things is... Because you end up, you know, chopping a lot of resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't need all of them. So you end up having a lot of extra ones.
Yeah,
so I
so
think
you
one
can-
of the problems is needing to, like, remembering to pick up and put the resources that you do collect ahead and not leave them behind, so you're not, like, wasting time. Hey, how did you do that?
What do you mean?
What, do you have a bucket? Oh, it was me. It was me.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, what?
It's just you were right next to it, and I was a little bit away. But it just, I guess, it just has some wiggle room.
I was about to suspect that the game had glitched, and like somehow I was always carrying a secret bucket that was invisible or something, and that's why we were getting the bucket messages.
It's possible.
Who knows? Ah! Oh, we don't need this bucket. What do we need? Iron, I guess. So the reason I said my situation with my PC is similar to your Xbox situation is that I currently have all of the
From 45 minutes ago.
I currently have all of the components except the case, which is coming on Wednesday. So it's been that agonizing wait for the case.
I was in the same situation when I was doing my PC of needing the only thing I didn't have was the RAM. And it's like, what a stupid thing to not have.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
It's an absolute fuck.
Absolute fuck. Oh no. I did notice this. So the stock cooler that comes with the Ryzen
Is good.
Yeah, so I saw that it had lights, like, changeable colored lights on it. I'm like, that's crazy. That's silly. Who would ever use the stock cooler of a CPU? That's noob shit. And then I opened up the box, and the fucking cooler in there you could kill somebody with. It is so big.
Yeah.
It's practically, it's practically the size of the way too big cooler that I bought separately.
Oh, you bought a cooler without knowing that the Ryzen cooler is maybe even better already?
I don't think it is better, but it's so close it is probably negligible.
So I got rid of my Ryzen cooler, stock cooler, and replaced it because my computer was running slightly loud. It was not running slightly hot, but the fan was running slightly loud. And so that is a reason to get rid of the Ryzen cooler, I think.
Oh, okay.
But it took me a really long time to find a cooler that was definitely better than the stock one. So
Nice.
I had to go into it being like, what is a cooler that is specifically better than the one that already comes with the Ryzen?
Well, it's interesting. My first aftermarket cooler that I bought was the Tunique Tower 120, which was truly a cooler you could murder a human with if you so chose. But the thing about that one was, like, I believe that one was rather... It was sort of new. Like, basically the thing that all air coolers look like now, like the Tunique was, like, very unusual in that way, and now just kind of like every cooler is that good. But yeah, that thing, I've always had these like massive coolers that So like basically, my current PC case is so the fans are so loud that I ended up just severing the power cable so that they wouldn't run anymore because it's not necessary because my PC is so cool just on its own. It doesn't need any case fans basically. There's maybe one case fan in there.
2 bolts. I got that other bolt. I don't know if you noticed.
Charges your bucket to increase mining speed for players around it. That's interesting. What? Or produces dynamite?
Ooh.
Wow, which one?
Or water cooler capacity plus 100%.
Well, I think we just talked about the efficacy of air cooling, so I'm not sure that we need a water cooler.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, air cooling is a scam. It actually is not
Fluid,
cooler. Sorry, yes, fluid cooling is a scam.
Total scam.
It's not any cooler than using air.
And it still uses fans.
And it still uses fans. It just puts fans in another place.
Yeah, so you're not even going to get the quietness of not having a thing. Let's go for the dynamite. That just seems fun, right? Because you gotta go. Oh, you have to go right about now. So let's.
I have to go right about now.
Let's just slap that thing. Let's just get over here. Let's try it one time. Let's blow something up with some dynamite.
Okay.
Why? What's your thing that you gotta go for?
I have to do friends at the table.
Ah, you got a minute. Okay. We put this thing on here. You got 30 seconds. I'm gonna mine deep in here. Hopefully this will help. So we'll put the
I want to put it at the unexplodable or unmineable bricks.
Oh, sure.
We can put them at the intersection of the two, see if there's a difference.
Yeah, let's put it right here.
Ooh, we have a thing: stack up to 20 commodities on a single pile.
Yeah. So somebody speculated in the chat that the bucket thing the bucket wasn't a tutorial; it was a challenge, and we failed it. I dug a whole tunnel for the thing. You ignored it like a heartless monster.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah, well, we got it.
How do you stack 20 things? Oh, like that.
Stack 20 commodities into a single pile. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's fucking good to know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I assume that you could only stack them in the size that,
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go.
All right. Thanks, Keith. See ya. And
You're
thank
welcome.
you, everybody.
Are you gonna keep playing, or are you gonna? Do you want me to do?
I got the stuff. I got this shit right here.
You got the song?
Yeah, I got the song. As soon as I hit the T key to find it. No, you turn that shit off. You turn that shit off right now, Keith. I swear to God.
Bye, train. Everyone say bye to the train. Bye, train. That's my impression of any parent.
Oh, they couldn't see it because I had it off the screen, but
okay.
Trust me, it blew up.
How is my impression of any parent that I did?
Do it again.
Say bye to the train. Bye, train.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's what being. That's all I think you have to do to be a parent.
It's pretty much just that, yeah. And I just bought my daughter Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remaster, so that's the other thing you gotta do. Bye!
Bye. Bye, Kylie.
Bye!